Right. Hello fellow viewers and welcome back to yet another live stream. And because it is Friday, I wanted to hunt for the shiny Feebas on my German Ruby cartridge. So that's the one of the shiny only challenge. I know the which squares or which tiles on the river on Route 119 gives me or yields me a Feebas. There is a Feebas calculator that you can use. The link to that website, it's completely free to use. The website or tool that I'm talking about right now you can find as a link in the description of the stream. So last time I did manage to get, or not the last time, but technically the time before the last time, I got a shiny Feebas. It was a star one, but yes, I am not done yet. I do want a square shiny Feebas as well, because I, as of yet, do not have one. Alright, so enough chit chat, let's go. And already Eontimer having trouble again. I mean, at least it beeps, but it doesn't do the pink or just the color, the visual cue. Right, and if this happens, you just reset again. Hey there, Decepticon AI, welcome back to the stream. How you doing? You know what, I'm just gonna reopen Eontimer again and then be good now. Now, there we go. That's what I want. Hey there, Saltmon, welcome back to the stream. How you doing? Yeah, something fishy is about to happen in this stream. I can smell it from here, definitely. Fun fact, so to speak, about fish smell. My sister, you can't go to a sushi restaurant with her or anywhere in a supermarket where there's strong fish smell, or else she has to, well, I guess you can already guess what will happen. Hey there, Philip Farrell, welcome back to the stream. How you doing? Is Ivera with you? If so, hey there, Ivera, welcome back to the stream. How are you doing? Fishy, yes, might even say fishy. That's a good point. Alright, so finally weekend, right? For those of you out there who have a life unlike me. Hey there, Ivera. Well, I greeted you already, but I'm gonna do it again. Welcome back to the stream. I hope you're doing good. Weekend time. All of you, you have a normal life. Just you have a schedule, either school or work. I don't have one, and no, it's not really that nice as some people make you want to think that it is. There we go. I got Pokémon Sun. I saw that you got Pokémon Sole in Italian. My team is Marksman and Hero. Guess what Pokemon they are? Marksman, I would guess the Ducii. And Hero? I mean, usually when you ask me now, think of a Pokemon that is associated with the concept of a hero. I think of the Dolphinator. I think that's the name. But in Gen 7, Oh, Lediba. Ah, yeah, Japanese superhero, so Super Sentai. Okay, that's fair. On the days I'm missing, I keep telling him to say hi on my behalf, and he keeps forgetting. Nah, it's all good. I probably, like, I'm always thinking, she's probably listening in the background somewhere. So technically, you're part of the stream, and I think that's all that matters in that regard. Even though it doesn't give me a view, but I mean, come on, let's not be this stingy. Only worked 4 hours this week due to cold weather, and it sucks to lose this much time so close to Christmas. Oh yeah, how does that work then? But you're self-employed. So you just end up making less gains then, I suppose. Not muscle gains, of course. Financial gains. Rowlet is very good. Don't watch the anime much, but what I saw, that it was always in the backpack, that was very good. A bop in a backpack, wonderful. Palafin, yeah, I think Dolphinator is a German name. I think sometimes you just get them confused when you play Pokemon in multiple languages. Like the French Pokemon have their own names as well. Some of them are really good, and others you just forget. I would like to use Ledian because it's a bit like Volbeat in a way. It is, yeah, they're similar. Just Ledian has a 4 times weakness to rock moves, whereas Volbeat does not. This week I've honestly been falling asleep most of the time, but to be honest, but usually, yeah. Hey, that's okay. I mean, if you're exhausted, then your body needs to sleep. That's more important than just some random stream. Decently fast support bug. I have a shiny one from the Safari Zone. Okay. Looks good. Oh. Because the transition that it made with this wavy effect, that means that the opponent's, or in this case the wild Pokemon's level, is above the one you have in the first slot of your party. And these Feebas that I'm hunting, they are of a higher level, or they have a higher level than the Relicanth I'm using. So I expect that animation, or that, I guess, transition, not animation. I'm always expecting that transition. I want a Dartrix, a Rowlet, a Dedusii, and a Hisuian Dedusii. All as shiny, so I'm a bit of a masochist. So, which one do you already have, or is that just a list of future shiny hunts? But yeah, Hisuian Decidueye is also... Not Dedusii, Decidueye. Oh god, why do I always say Dedusii? I think my brain just thinks it's kind of like a detective, but it isn't. Ah, okay, that's the transition I want to see, and that's not the fish that I want to see. Oh, too bad. Got baited there. Who's baiting me? Or the fish? Maybe I can use Bank to give myself a Volbeat, or maybe I can use both. Or maybe you could wait for the shiny giveaway, and then you can have shiny Volbeat and shiny Ledian and other shinies that you want, from underdogs to legendaries. So that stream is basically just gonna be a giveaway stream. I think Christmas would be fitting. On the 24th I can stream. That's where my family, or the, I guess, extended family joins for a feast. But I could stream on the 25th, and then that would be neat. Just Merry Christmas, here's some shinies. Just they would have to be without home, unfortunately. Because you can only trade 10 Pokemon per day, and that limit is really stupid. Basically, I've been stuck home all week because of the extremely low temperatures was causing the cement to freeze. Oh, right. Remind me, at what temperature does cement freeze? I know it's not exactly 0 degrees. I think it's a bit still lower than water. But then again, I don't remember. But I remember hearing about this being a problem. It would compromise the structural integrity of the building. Yeah, of course you don't want the integrity to be really bad, or else it might collapse. I mean, that is completely logical. That's why construction gets, or basically you almost only see construction being done in Luxembourg while the sun is shining, or while it's not really snowing or cold. Oh, you have 0 income this week. This is really bad. I'm really sorry about that. Hopefully you can still stay afloat with the... I don't know if your heating costs are very high, or if your rent is kind of difficult, or I don't know if you have a rent or a mortgage. I mean, you don't need to tell me if it's none of my business. But I hope that doesn't pull you too much into a minus, into the negative. Yeah, that's the drawback of being self-employed. Sometimes things like these can happen, and then you're without income for a week. Or, I mean, with YouTube, it's also the same thing. That's why so many YouTubers take sponsorships, because with ads and such, you only maybe make a couple of $100. And with a sponsorship, they give you usually like $2,000, $3,000. Which that can, if you do a video per month with a sponsor, you can basically usually pay rent. But even then, it's very fluctuating, and you always risk having a scenario like this. But I hope you'll be pulling through. The thing keeps avoiding me. Also have Omega Ruby, but my file is a bit weird. I'd reset it and play with Blaziken, because it's my new favorite Hoenn starter. Oh, a rekindled love for Blaziken, or Blaziken. I still don't know how to pronounce it. Okay, this is not the... hey there, Feebas. Bye, Feebas. Wow, even in the top 5 favorites? Wow! I mean, that is... wasn't it nowhere near close before? But yeah, go ahead, that is neat. And if you maybe you're interested in a shiny, let me know. I mean, next month specifically, you'll get the chance. I have a lot of shinies. Really need to finish that list, because I can make a menu card with what you want. It's hundreds of them now. I think I need to dedicate a memory card with Pokemon box with only the shiny Pokemon, because at this point it's crazy. Like yesterday I tried hunting it again, and I ended up with a shiny Magikarp. Huh, still shiny. No Gyarados. Ah, classic. A shiny Buizel. No, a Floatzel. Nice. And a shiny Palossand. Well, that's a really nice shiny though. That's a shiny that I really want. It's a black sand. I mean, to be fair, is there a bad black shiny, to be honest? No, I don't think so. They're all very good. But hey, you got these. Congrats though, that's 3 shinies. Wow. Volbeat, Latios, Infernape, Blaziken, Gardevoir. Oh, nice. Yeah, Latios is also among my top 5. So you seem to like the firefighting starters. What's your opinion on Emboar then? Surskit is the best Pokemon. I like Surskit, it's cute. I wouldn't have them in my garden if I had a pond and Pokemon were real. Honestly, I'm not sure of the exact temperature, but if it's below 3 degrees Celsius, I can't work. Yeah, I mean, here it was -3 or -4. Especially during the nights now, it's really cold, and we had a snowfall. And geez, so many accidents already. That's why I posted that specific meme on Discord, because it is just true. I'm really sorry about that though. Hopefully you'll have a reserve of money. And I know this might sound counterintuitive or not in my best interest as a streamer, but then maybe don't donate this month or this year, or no, this year not maybe, but this week. I don't want to feel bad about that. You have to be careful then. I think that's more important. It'll be fine, it just sucks. Thanks for the concern though. Yeah, but it does suck, as you say. Usually get paid monthly and earn less than him, so he regrettably has to contribute more. But in times like these, I can cover without issues usually. I mean, I guess you work in finance, so I hope they're paying you at least pretty okay. A pretty okay salary. Oh yes, shiny Torchic, shiny chicken. Shiny chicken nuggets. Pre-cooked. I keep in mind Volbeat, Lydian and Torchic. Yes, but when I do the stream, then we gotta do or go by commons as well, because then a lot of viewers will want to wait in the queue for their shiny. Rayquaza is a pretty bad shiny. Oh really? That is a very interesting opinion, Philip, because shiny Rayquaza is one of the... Oh, it fled? Okay. Shiny Rayquaza is one of the most, I think, loved shinies out there. But I like underdog opinions like that usually. I find them fascinating. Much better as a slightly different shade of green. Oh, that is an interesting opinion. I do love shiny Rayquaza. But I love shiny Kyogre more because of the obvious pinkness. Embor, awesome. I thought so. Obviously a joke. Oh my god, my autism just made me think it was genuine. Oh hell no, I want a shiny Rayquaza so bad. You can get one. A good one even, I mean... The Ruby one that I have, I can only suggest that one. It has 4 perfect IVs. Perfect attack stat. It is really freaking good. And it's caught in a luxury ball. What more could you possibly want? And it has a good nature as well. So still today, if you change its move set, it's still gonna be amazing. But if you want, I could also bottle cap it. Been blessed by that event coming soon in Violet. Ditto isn't in the Ho index. No, I don't think so, but in Emerald you can get Wild Ditto in the post game. In a cave, that's inside of a house on, I think it's route 114 or 15. Oh no, your pay is bad. But that's just my company. Like, my pay does increase every couple of months. But like until August, as a semi-senior, I was being paid the same as a new joiner. Oh, that sucks. That's really not fair. Unless I have to stick with it until I get my permanent residency. Ah, I see, because you're a foreigner and then you gotta... Oh, that's so unfair, you know, with foreigners, how they're treated in the work world. Where they have to take the carrot that is being dangled, because the other choice is not getting residency. So you have to take underpaid jobs. That's really... feel bad for them. Yeah, the autism kicks really hard sometimes, Iveda. I'm really sorry about that. Okay. Okay. Come on. I should complete Violet as soon as possible. I'm gonna do... once I get that thing working with the streaming with my laptop, because with my desktop computer OBS for some reason doesn't recognize it. Or I have to use a different streaming software. But yeah, I will definitely do a blind playthrough of Violet. And I'll stream that. I didn't really hunt for those specifically, the IVs, but I took a TID secret ID combination that I'm a Blissey also had in one of his videos, because that one gives you really good IVs on an early adamant frame, and I thought, okay, that is actually a really good ID combination. Don't like my starter in Violet? Who's your starter in Violet? Starters in Gen 8 and 9 are poo-poo stupid. Sprigatito is such a good cat. And I mean they're not among the best starters, the Gen 8 ones. But still, I mean, do they suck? Oh, I like the rabbit. My college years do not count for my residency. Oh, I see. So only working counts under very specific conditions. Ah, I see. I never had to go through hurdles like these, but I do empathize. So I hope that your pay will be raised afterwards. Like, my company is sort of sponsoring me at the moment, and I have to stick with it. Less admin work and less cost for me for at least another 3 years. Ah, I see. Well, yeah, then you just need to be strong, and after 3 years, hopefully you'll have a much better position. Aside from White and Violet, all of the versions I like most are first versions. Oh, interesting. Usually the versions I like are the updated version, which, I mean, to be fair, kind of logical. Emerald and Platinum, they add so much to the base original versions. Alright, I like Sprigatito, but I don't like the Evos. Okay, that's fair, but Sprigatito is just a top tier cat, I'm sorry. I mean, I knew immediately which starter I was gonna pick. But yeah, I knew the same with with Litten. Once you go the cat way, you never go back. That's just the way it is. Nostalgia for Diamond makes me love it. Platinum just doesn't hit as hard, and I know that's petty. Still valid, I mean. I plan to play through Platinum again. The Platinum cartridge that I have has a different save file on it. And I will take that one, or delete that one. And then probably do a shiny only challenge. So a lot of Pokemon streaming then. Well, the videos will probably not be as much Pokemon centered. And maybe I'll have to find a way. I also wanted to do more Chow streaming. Initially, I actually wanted to do this and then with the Chow at the same time. But I like the configuration that I made with the splitting signals. One goes into the Dazzle, the other one goes into the Elgato. That doesn't really work because my computer, for some reason, the OBS just does not recognize the HDMI input unless it is put into the specific input where my graphic card is. But I need that one for the monitor, so I thought I could solve it by using a Y splitter. So that's something that splits a specific signal, in this case HDMI, into two HDMI signals. So it essentially clones the signal and sends it along twice. So you could have the same signal on two different monitors, for example. But that also didn't work, and that is kind of frustrating. But I will definitely look what I can do. I know this has to be possible somehow. My feel climbing the ladder is a double-edged sword. Yes, your pay gets better, but you also get overworked more most of the time. I've heard that from someone. I mean, I'm not friends with him, so to speak, but as you know, my family is super extroverted. They each have a bajillion friends. I don't know how they can deal with that, but hey, they somehow can juggle all of these friends. And one of them is someone who studied finance, and he's also working in that sector now, and he says that yes, his pay is good, but he's being overworked every single day. I've seen senior worker on 5 different engagements at the same time. I've seen managers get screamed at by clients and deal with it with so much. Oh, I can imagine. Must be high stress as well. A lot of people just don't want to do, but you need to, yeah. There's definitely jobs like these. It just needs to be done, but well, I hope at least that the stream will somehow calm you down. If not, well, tried my best. I do wonder though, where's some of the others? Like Amit and Kaiser. Hope they're, well, regardless of where they are, I just hope they're doing good. If it were up to me, I would go to a smaller firm or a different branch. I see, yeah. But I somehow have a bit more stability with this. Yeah, small businesses have a larger, have higher odds of failing. And then as a worker in said business, you kind of back on your feet again. And then you need to find another job. I'm pretty calm because I'm just done and I want to be in holiday mode already. I imagine. When does holiday start for you? Hope they give you enough days in the year. As in enough days off. No. Would like to get Y or Alpha Sapphire for my brother. Either you buy the games or you do something really bad and evil and completely not legal, and you, if he has a 3DS, you hack it. And you put all the games on there. Sadly not in holiday until the 23rd. Oh, I see. Have only 20 sick leave separate and 3 of them are taken off by the company mandatory for Christmas. Oh, I see. So the 23rd December, I take it. So I'm left juggling with 17 days plus whatever overtime I get. I wish you the best, Iveda. And then for the holidays, you really relax and do something that you like. Thankfully, my study exam leave is separate from my holiday days. Okay, at least there's that. You know, I catch a synesthete, call it immorality, and do what Nintendo thinks that is. That's a very good nickname. But you know, you need to be careful these days. You can't just say, oh, emulate it. I mean, Nintendo has struck down channels on YouTube because they were emulating. And Nintendo, if you're watching this, I am not emulating anything. This is all real hardware. And the programs are not hacking. Although I doubt that someone from Nintendo is watching my channel. Yeah, immortality. No, not immortality, but immorality is an awesome name indeed. Every couple of months I'm free for 10 days, but I only have one more exam left to be qualified, so that won't be the case soon. I see. What kind of exam is it? Is it something from the company that you're working with, or is it from university? I got Rotom Dex. I hate him. You hate Rotom Dex? Why? Too annoying? Says too much? Won't shut up? True, sometimes it just told me things that I already knew 100 times. You know, the usual. But if you grew up with gaming in the 90s, with Navi and what was that owl's name again in the Legend of Zelda and N64 games? Deborah, something like that. Kind of used to it. Oh, you're joking. Okay, I see. My autism is on very high levels tonight. To be qualified accountant for my body, you need to pass 13 exams, get 36 months experience on a relevant role. Ah, I see. So it's very, very close to what Luxembourg also has. And complete an ethics module. Well, that is good. For now. Dum dum dum. It's useless to get a master's in accounting as you still need to become chartered to practice, I see. Yeah, sometimes in some areas of expertise, it's actually you put rocks in your way, in a way, if you, well, can't really say that in English, but you know what I mean. You end up making things more complicated and unnecessarily more difficult with a master. Not in every aspect, or every area, but I've definitely heard of that. I've even spoke to people who had a master's or did a PhD in something, and then that just made it worse. Which is very unfortunate. Those people were always really intelligent. And I'm sure they could contribute a lot. But academia is also not what it used to be. I regret going to university for computer science because can't really use it now. Back then everyone was looking for a IT person, but now keep getting ghosted everywhere. This is a universal thing in the field. Happens in Panama, in the US, Europe. Okay, that makes sense. Oh, I was never in the field of accounting, so I wouldn't know. But from what I've heard a process that sounds exactly like this, so no wonder then, yeah. Think about it like a lawyer and the bar exams. Yeah, exactly. Should I take a break from Sun and play Omega Ruby? That's up to you. Masters in accounting are usually programs to get the chartered membership or teach accounting to people that didn't know about it. Okay, makes sense, yeah. Yeah, with a master's in anything, you can still become a teacher in Luxembourg. But I don't know, all the teachers that I know in Luxembourg are completely overworked and burned out. I'm considering teaching myself coding after this to go into financial analyst role. Oh, good idea. Where data analytics is more useful than on my field. I see. But that's just one of my many contingency plans. Well, fingers crossed that it will work out for you, Iveda. Hey there, little greedy squeegee. What a nickname. Welcome to the stream. How you doing? A major reason why you're getting ghosted is because the job market is messed up. Well, that's true. Most jobs hiring are fake. Yeah, that is unfortunately true as well. And all they do is steal your data. Yeah, it's really hard right now, but oh well. I'm still in the lucky position that I have my parents supporting me. And my husband's parents also support him. But still, like, I want a freaking job. I'm out of university for 3 years and I have nothing. Not a single, not even a, like, grocery store putting order on the shelves or something. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. When I do get answers, it's only rejections, but usually, like, 90% of the time, it's just complete ghosting. It's disheartening when you have to, like, you know, I know so many people who keep asking me when I see them again, oh, how's the job hunt? And I tell them no. And sometimes I feel like they don't want to believe me, but what else am I supposed to say? I can't exactly lie and say I have a job. It's just the way it is now, unfortunately. But some people don't really want to believe that. Hey there, Max Power. Welcome back to the stream. How you doing? Are you applying all day? Define all day 24/7? No. I usually always keep a tab open on the, like, for job opportunities. There's websites in Luxembourg that have that as well. Or I go to job fairs and give my CV in person. None of these things have helped until now. Or I do get an interview in some rare cases and then I'm not taken. Sucks having to have plans B to Z just to ensure I don't get sent back to a country I haven't called my home in years. Yeah, that I can imagine that must feel really terrifying. But I suppose it is what it is and I chose to have to deal with this. Doesn't the marriage, or maybe hypothetical marriage with Philip, will that not help you? For citizenship? Resetting my Omega Ruby save and transfer my mons to bank first. Hey there, Ahmed. Welcome back to the stream. How you doing? Was talking about you earlier. And now I have summoned you without even mentioning blood once. So we need to talk about politics, and then Kaiser Karmazin will come. Pretty sure that's how it works. What coding language are you looking towards learning, Iveda? I mean, there's persistent rumors about COBOL still being #1. In the banking system, if not maybe data analytics, probably Python as well. Oh, you need to be married for 2 years, I see, okay. Ahmed, my goat. What need... Okay, 2 years. I think in Luxembourg it might be different. But then again, rules have and laws have changed. Also, we also don't want to marry until a couple of years more, but we have spoken about it as an absolute desperation move. Yeah, I understand. You don't rush marriage, absolutely not. I mean, I got married when we were 10 years together. We got engaged when we were 5 years together. So between being engaged and marrying, that was also another 5 years. because we wanted to give it still some time. Oh, you were considering Python, that's a good choice. Trump hires Team Magma to take care of the water and Team Aqua to take care of the land. That sounds like a Trump thing, yep. And then it backfires and then voters are like, oh, how could this happen? The Democrats didn't say this. Guess you were talking about blood without me, how dare you? No, I did not talk about blood, I swear. You can scroll up and go back on the stream. I did not talk about blood. So you're not missing anything. And no shiny as well. Yeah, European countries have their own regulation, though they share similarities. I do think that in Luxembourg, marriage alone allows the non-EU foreigner to stay. But I'm not entirely sure. I could be wrong. We essentially are a married couple and have completely fooled strangers into thinking we were married. And you fooled the stream and the chat. Just, we cannot be arsed with the hoops. We would need to jump because I'm a foreigner. Yeah, that's true. I understand. All the work it goes into that. We're just happy as we are at the moment. Yeah, that's the most important aspect. Speak for yourself. It's a nightmare having to deal with. Ooh, some spicy drama here. Remember the villain from Sword and Shield, that paranoid joke? I thought that Sword and Shield story was pretty lame. I barely had my attention on the plot. You mean Chairman Rose? This is the man who's been torturing me all day. Oh, it's a battle. Philip Varel versus Ivera. Who will win? A Sunkern versus a Yveltal. I think I know who will win. Actually, this might be kind of unfair. Chairman Rose. I mean, yeah, I kind of remember the plot very hazily, but I never actually, maybe that's an unpopular opinion, it probably is, but never liked the plots of Pokemon, at least most of the time. Some of the older ones were okay, like Gen 2 and Gen 3, but in general their stories weren't really that good. Sunkern, clearly. Philip usually wins, I just give up. Oh, that's how. Yeah, well, if you click give up, then I guess even a Sunkern can win. Oh, you made me think that for a second we had the shiny now. Sunkern is base, but Sunflora is mid. I mean, Sunflora unfortunately sucks competitively. There's no reason to use a Sunflora. Sunflora can burn in hell. That would be super effective. Forever. Rather than an Yveltal, it would be a Gibble Garchomp, and that's my ultimate favorite. My top 10 fave Pokemon, should I write? Well, I know the top 5, but go ahead with the top 10. Today I put a skincare mask for 4 hours and my uncle came to my house and saw me and was like, what the F are you doing with your face? What is that? Wait, your uncle has never heard of skincare routine? And that's how you tell on yourself, kiddos. Like, it's funny because in Italy, for example, maybe Saltmon can tell you guys the same. But from what I've seen and heard from Italian men, Like, skincare and grooming routines are really normal and they're never seen as gay. And in some countries, they think you're gay when you're really styled as a man or just use facial cream, I guess. Just moisturizer. Which, no. Fellas, it is not gay to moisturize your skin. You have a skin just like women, in the way that sometimes it's too dry and sometimes it needs maybe a bit of protection in the case of sunscreen. I do have him traumatized. Jeez. Man can feel when I'm glaring miles apart and through a phone. Oh yeah, the wife glare. Do not underestimate the wife glare. The stare of death. The only stare that you can hear. Absolutely. Oh my god, please tell me it was a regular mask and not a sheet mask. I love trolling people with random face masks on. Oh, these sheet masks, you mean these you get with there's a certain thing in them, and then you put them on for 10 minutes and then you take them off? Usually I see when I go to a spa, I see women have them. Sometimes I had them as well. Although I don't really need them that much because they tend to give me pimples when I use them too much, so it's kind of a sign of my facial skin to say, hey, that's enough oil for me today. Yes, those. Volbeat, Latios, Infernape, Blaziken, Gardevoir, Golem, Scizor, Zangoose, Whimsicott, Lickitung. Huh, Lickitung, I wonder why. Interesting pick though. Whimsicott, yeah, pranks is funny. Or not so funny if you're the opponent, having to deal with that, and that transition is not good. Hey there, Fish. Bye, Fish. Alright. My top 10 favorite Pokemon, Philip Edition. Sunkern, 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 and Sunkern. That's a very good top 10. Sunkern, have enough of that one, I guess. Oh, that was really bad. I'm sorry. I apologize. Love making my own face mask, honey and oatmeal, or just use seaweed or charcoal mask. Oh, you need to teach me how to make own face masks. I wouldn't know how that works. Honey and oatmeal. I do have that kind of honey that you can't eat. Or even, I guess you can eat it, but it's meant for your skin. Like sauna honey. See, I'm not one of these normies who likes Lucario or something. Or as is fire. Yes, and I mean, Omega Ruby is fire and Alpha Sapphire is water, I guess. You can probably guess 11 to 100, yep. And the last one is Sunflora, I assume. Hey there, Kaiser Karmazin, welcome back to the stream, how you doing? I summoned you without having to talk about politics. How wondrous. My phone is actively dying, so if I vanish, you know what happened. Alright. Thanks for the heads up. Always these poor phones close to death. These phones are there for us on the battlefield. Fighting a fight so that we don't have to do it. Now I can bite people with my... Oh no. Ahmed? No biting. What did we say? No biting, yeah? Or do I have to bring the muzzle? And it's pink, the muzzle, of course. Because it's mine. By the way, today I can finally take off my dental mold that I wear on my teeth. Oh, I had that as well as a teenager because I had braces. I hated it back then, but I knew I had to go through it. And now I really am glad that I had braces because my teeth are straight. Sunflora Soch, it doesn't even make the list. The Sunflora haters. Liden is the worst Pokemon to use in a run. MFs have never heard of Nosepass. Well, I use a Nosepass, but not really for competitive. I use it because it does know some moves that are nice to have. Like that move that prohibits the opponent to flee. Block. I think it's Block, the name. My top 10. 1 Garchomp, 2 Torchic, 3 Oshawott, 4 Rowlet, 5 Snom, Snom, 6 Aniliape, or Nileape, however you pronounce it, 7 Giratina, 8 Fuecoco, 9 Metagross, 10 Mudkip. Very good Mudkip and Metagross, I also love those. I heard you like Mudkips, hahaha, remember that. Or are you not young enough? So I don't feel great, but I know it can be resolved in a few days, so it'll be fine. I'm sorry that you don't feel great, Kaiser. But I'm at least glad to hear that it will be resolved. I'm a proud Nosepass hater and I stand strong. Has Nosepass killed your mom? What is the reasoning? I'm just joking, but I'm just curious as to why you hate Nosepass. Doesn't need to be a good reason. It's a personal choice after all. What else could you use as a warrant for that hate or love? My teeth are normal, but they are not straight. They are gay. I used to have gay teeth too, Amit. I missed a message. Oh, I did. Got into a fight? With that person like last night. Really complicated story, so I'm not gonna share. Alright, that's completely up to you. It wasn't really a fight as much as a passive-aggressive remarks being shared. Oh, a very spicy discussion, so to speak. Oh, okay, that makes sense now. I could have sworn I didn't see that message before, but oh well. Oh, you don't. You just dislike it because it's ugly, okay. Or useless. I take it you never want my shiny Nosepass then. Philip's hate of Sunflora rubs off of me, but I absolutely despise Parasect after Oh, you hate Parasect? I want to know why. And Arceus? You hate God? Interesting. My teeth are bisexual. My teeth are shit. I didn't know that was a orientation. I'm sorry to hear that, Kaiser. Be sure to take care of yourself and take it easy. Yeah, exactly what Iveda said. I was about to say what she said, but usually that gets... You know, people think of that stupid joke. Haha, that's what she said. My brother is still doing that. Like, always has to say it. It's like his brain is pre-programmed. He does not have a choice. He just has to say the magic words. When I say something that could be slightly misinterpreted as something dirty. I guess that's what younger brothers are for, even when we're adults now. These shenanigans will never stop. Despise the thing, but I meant after Legends of Arceus, not that I hate Arceus. Ah, I see. There are some people who really hate Arceus though, and I do find that interesting. The only reason I've been diligent in the game is because I want Arceus. I see. Yeah, you get it in the end, I think, after catching every Pokemon in the game, correct? I know that's a spoiler of sorts, but that has been spoiled to me already. You know, he's my role model, Mike Tyson. Funny enough, we both bite people. Also, I love the way he speaks, it's adorable. Love how he say drink, he says drink. Drink? Okay, I don't know that much about Mike Tyson himself. I just know he was in prison. I don't know why. And I do know he has bitten someone's ear off. So like a unconsensual Van Gogh situation. Oh god, I kind of hate myself for saying this now. I can sit here and laugh, it wasn't my ear being chewed off. But then again, you would never see me challenge Mike Tyson. I mean, that would be a death wish. Can't decide, I guess Dreadnought or Flamigo. Do you like Flamigo? Flying fighting, I mean. And we finally get a Flamingo Pokemon after so many years. Not gonna lie, your brother sounds awesome. Oh, he is. I bet he watches a lot of movies. Well, I don't know if he watches more than me, but he did watch more series than I did, like Sopranos. You don't like catching them? Yeah. Unconsensual Van Gogh. Yeah, I mean, I kind of regret it because it's kind of mean, but like the ear wasn't there anymore and he didn't want that. Van Gogh did it to himself. He consented to this. Even though, well, maybe not. Depending on who you asked, a lot of historians or art historians in particular believe that he had some kind of mental illness. But I do like his art. Speaking of Van Gogh, my brother is a huge Van Gogh fan. Like obsessed with that. In gift shop, if I ever am in a gift shop again, I always know what to take. If there's some kind of Van Gogh design on something like a fridge magnet or something else, and I know, okay, my brother's gonna love this. Oh, and Dostoevsky, he also loves these, but that's like old Russian literature. Is the starter in Omega Ruby shiny locked? I don't think so. I've seen, back then when they were new, I've seen shiny hunts for them. Like shiny streams. Shiny hunting streams. Not shiny streams, but... Never thought I would hear that, but it was hilarious. Well, you heard it from me. Love his art. We went to an event last year. I got tons of goodies because I wanted it everywhere. Nice. Yeah, if you like his art, if you ever are in the Netherlands, there's the Museum of Van Gogh in Amsterdam. Really worth going to, but you need to register tickets in advance because if you just happen to step by and see, hey, do you have tickets? And they were all sold out, so I learned that way. Definitely worth it though if you like his art. I went to another art museum in Eindhoven, that was also in the Netherlands, with James and my husband. And that was a contemporary art museum, so very much modern art. It had some really crazy stuff in there as well, kind of a YouTube poop-esque. Yeah, abstract modern art. That's just very often it is like this. But it also had from Mondrian, not Mondriac. Why do I keep saying Mondriac? But Mondrian, I really like his stuff. And they had a bit of his works in there. Got a good nickname for a female Blaziken. Blazy Kelly? Blazy Karen? Blazy Karen kinda sounds funny, but then it's a Karen, I guess. Imagine Karen that can kick the S out of you and also burn you. That is kinda scary. Went to the Netherlands before, but I couldn't go as it was either that or Anne Frank's house. Oh, that's another one I want to go to, but oof, that has to be super depressing. Although very interesting and important. The ones that went through the horror of World War II are now dying off. And I'm kind of scared that we repeat the same mistakes again because, you know, we don't have those memories, which is in a way a good thing that these horrible traumatic memories are dying out slowly. But in the same way, it's kind of a disadvantage because it's not in the collective memory, and as you might know, humans are doomed to repeat the same mistakes. Breaking Bad, my favorite scene was the scene when Gus told Walter he will kill him and his wife and his son and his infant daughter. Oh, that was a shocking scene. Like, he just, usually the role that Gustavo is playing, like the businessman, a very empathetic and calm man who's not gonna hurt anyone, and then just him seeing the actor like this, flipping a switch, saying, I will kill your infant daughter. Wow. That was chilling. Fantastic scene, yes, of course. But that's just Breaking Bad for you, but that was definitely a thrilling scene, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, how messed up is it to kill an infant daughter? Of course that doesn't happen, but still, just the thought of that is creepy and just evil. Yeah, absolutely. That scene showed that he's not a good person. He's definitely really evil. And Lacey kind of goes hard, not gonna lie. Got my little chicken. Plus speed, minus special defense, nature, hell yeah. Yeah, that's not too bad. I mean, plus speed. Blaze, like the Sonic character, Lacey. Well, went with Lacey. Speed chicken. Los pollos hermanos. I named mine Gustavo because jokes. Please don't be like Philip. I once referred to Torchic as Fire Kentucky Fried Chicken and man went Zinger Nugget. Based on the hot burger from Kentucky Fried Chicken. No, that's actually really good. What are you talking about, Iveda? This is wonderful. I mean, I've also called some Tepig's bacon before, and ha, you get it. It's pre-cooked bacon, it's pre-cooked pork. It's kind of dark, not gonna lie, but it's not like I've never named a Blaziken or a Torchic KFC. I've done the same thing actually. Making little head cannons for my teams. Oh, that's really cute. Like how they would act. Oh, I wish they would. There's so many ways they could reinvent the older Pokemon games. Or just in general that feeling of roaming in a Pokemon region with your Pokemon on the field. Gonna grab my Torchic plushie and hug it. Oh, cute, you have one. Oh yeah, I remember you showing that on Discord. I think Philip has one as well, if I'm not mistaken. I don't have one. I do have Mudkip plushies, though. Funny enough, this amount of evil is the same amount of evil that Putin and Netanyahu consider to be a joke to them since they do worse. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's scary, that kind of evil isn't even the end boss, so to speak. That there's so much worse out there. Although I do think that the Huartes cartel members are worse in the series. But still, like, it is filled to the brim with at least morally grey characters, if not badass insane or just downright psychotic evil bastard. Lydia as well, she's always acting like she's an angel and she's very manipulative. But yeah, very good show, really nice writing. I just apologize to my Torchic plushie for laughing at that. It's looking at you, Iveda. He got it for me because I was sulking after the last gaming market, having missed a chance to get it. Oh, I see. So he went through Comic-Con specifically looking for it for me. Oh, that's so sweet. That's so sweet, Philip. You have all Hoenn starter plushies? I have a normal Mudkip plushie and a bigger Mudkip plushie that's a shiny. I really like that one. Nice and pink. Also have a big and a small Vaporeon shiny plushie. And a couple of Latias ones, a couple of Latios ones, a couple of Kirby ones too, non-Pokemon. When I move, I mean, I have them sealed in a vacuum bag so that nothing gets to them. And when I move next month, then I'll make sure to put them on the big couch that I ordered. Hey there, Alex, welcome back to the stream. How you doing? I'm doing good. Hopefully you are doing good as well. Until now, no shiny Feebas, but that will not stop me. You rise again. Wonderful, Kaiser. Gonna search for my Rowlet plushie. So many plushies. My mom keeps saying, Yana, you are 30 years old, you have more plushies now than you did when you were a kid. You think this is normal? And I'm just answering, Mom, since when have I been normal? And then she's like, oh yeah, true, whatever. Ignore what I just said. To be fair, I know so many people my age who have tons of plushies. It just seems to be a millennial thing. Like even like being married and even having kids themselves. Still having plushies on their couch or in their bed. Not caring. Wasn't with him that day, so I was clueless until he got home and presented it to me alongside a Mew. 2 Gengars. I cried. Aww, you cried. Oh, that's so cute. 2 Gengars. Nice. And a Mew as well. Alright, let's see. This transition is not, not so good. You're gonna play Elden Ring? Alright. Might not talk for a while. That's absolutely no problem. Maybe you can play with Ahmed as well? Again, I don't know enough about the game, but I think there's 2-player, online 2-player if I'm not mistaken. Haven't gotten a Rowlet or Oshawott as they are hard to find here. True, I don't know about Ireland, but some of the plushies you almost barely see. And then others you see every single convention, everywhere. You okay? Waiting for nuclear weapon. Russians send us, maybe US send us some nuclear missiles, but there's one little difference. Honestly, I mean, my opinion is just some random woman's opinion, so take it with a grain of salt. But I have a feeling that Putin might be bluffing with the missiles, or not the missiles themselves, but the nuclear weapons that he has, because you can't just have nuclear weapons and then let them be. They have very specific storing procedures that need to be done with very high precision. And then at the same time, you need trained technicians to check on them and store them safely. And I really doubt that the nuclear weapons that he has, they might not work anymore. And then also that costs so much to properly store them and keep them still functional or as intended. But I do wonder what you mean with the small little difference. But yeah, every single day I'm like, don't doom scroll, don't think about, oh, World War III is already there. Just funny that everyone is kind of fearing the future, and then politicians are screaming, why are you not having kids? How tone deaf could you be? Send peek on Discord. No, Gengar, I kind of said it wrong, my bad. I don't say Gengars, I wanted to say Gengars, but I kind of mispronounced it. Come on. There we go. When I get hard gold, I will pick Totodile. Huh, when I do the shiny only challenge on a hard gold, which one should I go for? I already have a shiny Chikorita from my emerald. I could go for a Totodile or a Cyndaquil. Even though I don't like the final evolution of Cyndaquil. But hey, then I have a shiny and then I get to use a Pokemon that I don't like. Okay, that is the animation I want to see, but not the fish that I want to see, unfortunate. I hate Charizard, the whole line, really, and even so, more so after all these events where I see all bloody Charmanders. Yeah, Charizard is definitely one of the, I think, top 3 most overrated Pokemon ever. I myself was always a Team Squirtle kind of girl. If he's not bluffing, it would be scary. Yeah, that would be very scary indeed. I know that ICBM launch yesterday was his agony. He's slowly destroying all of his country and nation. Applause, applause. Well, I mean, dictatorships like these always fail at the end. Let's hope that it collapses without too many innocent people having to suffer. Oh, did you hear about that one Putin critic who... Another one fell off the balcony? What a coincidence. I had to laugh though when I saw someone describe it as gravity poisoning. Gravity poisoning. Yeeting people off the balcony that disagree with your Führer. Jeez, what a world we live in. Pokemon didn't drop a fire starter until Hoenn. It's the least popular of the 3. I have to say, yeah, the Hoenn starters are usually universally loved. Like, everyone keeps saying, okay, they are really good. No, okay, I failed. You can boo me now if you want. Totodile, Totodile, Totodile. You can still have kids, yes, of course, but I mean, a bad future. My generation works a lot, has nice educational, I guess, achievements that the boomers didn't have, and yet we are really poor for what we do. Rent is really high. Haven't even had a real job yet. So, and I think that is one problem why they ghost me or don't take me. Because during multiple interviews they were asking about children. And they probably think that I'm gonna plop out a couple of children after a couple of years. But how? I mean, let me get a job first, come on. I don't want to plop kids and then the government having to give me money for that. I don't want that. Oh, come on, fish. Trying to synchronize my best music with iPod. Really happy for you that you got the iPod you desired. I'm looking, but that is for the future because right now food and bills need to be paid first. But I'm really looking forward to finding a used iPad, 10th generation, a pink one. I'm looking for that kind of thing. Found a cartoon I was watching as a child, Jackie Chan Adventures, was on TV as I returned home after school. Oh, I watched that cartoon too as a kid, I remember. I really liked it, it was pretty good. Playing the same GBA game all night, I know how that feels. Same thing with Pikachu. Oh, absolutely, Pikachu is also in there. Top 3. Yes, Team Squirtle, another one. My husband is Team Venusaur, Bulbasaur, I guess. That was the underdog back then. No one picked Bulbasaur. Or almost no one. I think Charizard, Pikachu, Lucario and all Pokemon like that are mid-AF. Don't forget Mewtwo, that's also a very... I mean, I like Mewtwo, it's not like I hate it, but... Can we had enough of Mewtwo already? No? Jackie Chan Adventures was great, watch it as a kid. Another one. There are already too many people suffering, too much suffering for one insecure dwarf. Yeah, exactly. Oh, God. I just wonder why there's not an uprising and they just all, you know, gravity poison him or something. Squirtle, Totodile, Torchic, Chimchar, Tepig, Chespin, Rowlet, they're all... Oh, you think they're all ass? Sprigatito, I will die on this hill. No, Sprigatito is a good cat. I mean, that is just a fire design, even though it's not fire type, but you get what I mean. India has like 1.42 billion people. Yes, that's a lot of people. And they're a lot poorer than us. Yeah, but still, I mean, those people, they don't have a functioning retirement system, and that is a completely different social context than the one I got born in. I mean, they're all asses for Gen 8. Ah, okay. The ones I took were Squirtle, then Generation 2 Chikorita, Gen 3 Mudkip, Gen 4 Piplup, Gen 5 Oshawott, Gen 6 it was Fennekin, then Gen 7 was Litten, obviously, and then Gen 8 was Scorbunny, and Gen 9 I haven't played yet, but I will definitely take Sprigatito. Alright, finally. Was about to throw hand salmon. Just saved himself. Barely. A real Infernape guy who started with Diamond never speaks ill of Chimchar. I have no problem with Chimchar. But for me the choice was easy because... Oh, I can have a penguin. I can have a penguin, I'll take the penguin. The monkey. You take monkey, I take penguin. Who takes turtle? All the boys took Chimchar back then. Oh, I also remember all the boys taking Charmander. Usually fire types, boys took fire types. I don't know why, they probably think they would be cooler. Even though they're hotter, ha 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 ha. Get it? Come on, fish. But if you had the choice between Eevee or Pikachu, would you take Eevee? Because I would definitely always take Eevee then. Thought boys would like the blue starter better. Well, apparently no. Red is cool. Lee had that mindset when I was 9. I saw Fire Monkey me likey. Oh, that's... Yeah, that's straightforward. And yeah, red is cool, what Alex said apparently. Okay. No, that's not the... Come on, just one good old square Feebas. So it's Friday now. Do you have any plans for the weekend? Or none at all? Of course, you're not obligated to share them with me. But as you might know, I'm really bad at small talk. But I do generally want to know if you got something interesting in mind that you want to do. For me, my faves are G1 Squirtle, Generation 2 Totodile, then Torchic, Chimchar / Piplup, cannot and will not chew, yeah, get it, Oshawott, Froakie, Rowlet, Scorbunny and Fuecoco. I see. So either water or fire, except for Rowlet, that one is a grass type starter. These years being 6 years. I want a pet burb. I would want one too, but unfortunately I'm allergic. I'm allergic to any kind of feathers, unfortunately. I figured that out the hard way because my nonna, my Italian grandmother, she had a pillow filled with plumage, so plumage feathers from, I think, a goose or a duck. I don't remember which one, but that always gave me allergic reaction. My head was, or my face was always really red then. Squirtle, Totodile, Torchic, Chimchar, Tepic, Chespin, Rowlet, not available. Spaghettito, wow, that, I don't know the starter not available. I think I'm gonna get that one. Is it like missing now? Played Violet with Quaxley because Philip had already started Scarlet with Fuecoco. Ah, I see. Otherwise would have picked Fuecoco myself. You do have a pet burb. Oh, what kind of bird is it? As you know, I have a pets channel on my Discord. And please do share the good burbs. I do want to see burbs as well. I guess I have befriended birds, the crows that keep following me for foods, for snacks, but they're not really my pet. They're free roaming animals. And I wouldn't want to catch them either. It's their world out there, the skies. There are birds everywhere. You're allergic to that? Well, only if I come into contact with the feathers. And I mean, I've been very close to crows these days, or these the last year. But like I didn't have an allergic reaction because I didn't get to touch them. Type null. Yes, I have my crow bros. I've been feeding them since approximately April 2023, and now in Luxembourg, in most areas of Luxembourg, in some areas of West Germany, and some areas of northern France, they recognize me now. And it's really funny when they just figure out where you live. They know that now. Every time when the sun sets, they just, you know, they gather, they flock together, and then they roost collectively. And before they do that, they always fly above either my flat or my parents' house, and they chirp or they make sounds, as in a thank you or cheering. It's really neat. Yeah, I mean, that would be neat if I can teach or train him to collect money. Let's see what the future has in store for me with the birds, with the crows. Still feel bad about that pigeon accident when I was a kid. Yeah, I mean, I understand. There's also still some animals I accidentally killed when I was a kid, and I still feel bad about it. But it's an unfortunate part of this earth we inhabit. You can redeem yourself maybe by helping other pigeons. Feel bad for pigeons as well. They've been just released and they were pet birds. And now everyone says they're pests, but that was our fault. Like, we shouldn't have the mass released back then. Alright, 5 seconds. Oh, come on. I think Philip managed to somehow befriend one crow, but we haven't seen him in a while. Crows have a large territory of over 60 kilometers. And sometimes they migrate. For example, if they find a mate in another territory, they'll just stay there. So I wouldn't take this as a sign of he doesn't want to be friends with you anymore. Very certain that if he's really befriended with Philip, that he probably will recognize his face. I mean, for me it's really obvious. I mean, they fly really slow, like they stall in air. Mid-air they stall, just to take a look at me through the window. That's true when I'm at home sitting, or when I'm driving somewhere on the highways or motorways. There's a lot of crows there, and they also turn their head really quickly when they see my car. They really recognize me and they follow me. It's really funny. They come really close too. Sometimes they land on the roof of the building that I'm in and they caw. I think that's like kind of a come on, feed me now, you know I'm here. Oh, I actually do. I try to not squish bugs. I was really sad lately because I actually had a bug in my laundry, and I didn't want to kill it, but my mom squished it really quickly, and I was, no, why? And my mom was literally, you gonna cry over a bug? I was like, yeah, but it didn't have to die. So yeah, I actually don't squish bugs, at least I try not to. Because I do feel bad for them. I cried because I killed a snail once. Oh come on, why do I keep failing? I'm a failure tonight. But yeah, I did cry once because I accidentally crushed a snail with my bicycle. Because I felt really bad. It was a rainy day, the snail just wanted to cross the other side with the wet grass and then dead because of me. Felt really bad. Still think back to that one snail. Why do I keep failing? What is this? Named it Monty? No. There's one crow that we named Angel. We, as in my husband and I don't use the royal we, of course. But we named it Angel because it has vitiligo or vitiligo, however you pronounce it. So the inner side of her wings are really white and it looks like an angel. It depends on the angle that you look, but it looks really neat. The inside part of the wings are really completely white. It's pretty cool, like a Disney princess. Yeah, I just seem to attract random animals, it's true. Just cats and dogs, just other zoo animals just randomly trusting me. My mom says I have it from my grandmother, but I don't know. I guess animals see that I don't want to hurt them. Why would I? Well, Philip was standing right in front of it. He stood on top of his van and looked at him for a while. Oh, the crows! They land on my car as well. Or just when I'm in the car parked, they just stand beside it and then stare inside. Or they fly really close to my face. Sometimes that kind of scares me. I know they don't mean that it's not meant to be menacing or anything. You just really want a good look at that face that feeds them peanuts and eggs. Playing Omega Ruby, Lacey gonna have a drip and she's gonna burn wild rumples. Level 6 chicken. Already one level up. We also saw him on our window a couple of times before the van incident, but he would leave as soon as he saw me instead of him. Ah, I see. Yeah, they're very neophobic, meaning they are kind of scared of new things, also new faces. Takes a while to get them to be okay with other humans. And even though my parents are feeding them now because of me, it is clear that I can be much closer to them. I can stand right next to them and they don't fly away. But when my mom would try the same, they would fly somewhere off. Still look at her, but I guess they just know me better. It's cute though. I haven't gotten them to eat from my hand though. At least not yet. Makes you feel any better bugs don't have families or friends that mourn for them. Yeah, but still, it's a consciousness that deserves to exist as much as I do, in my opinion, and just... It's a simple existence, yes, but maybe to a very advanced alien we are just as simple. Can you pet the crows, like touch the top of their little heads? No, I have not pet the crows. I have not touched them at all. Except maybe one touched me, like my feet. Because he was standing right behind me. I wasn't even aware of that. I just turned around to get into my car after dropping some peanuts off, and they were really, like, immediately behind me. Like, not even a centimeter behind me. But I actually don't reach out to touch the bird. Birds don't really like that. You have to see that we are animals with forward facing eyes, so that usually means that we are hunters. We hunt for prey, we're predators. And we are big, scary animals for them, and me just staring at them and my hand going after them, that just makes them really afraid, because it looks like I'm gonna try to eat them. So that's why I try to not stare at them too much or look at them. And if I do stare at them, I try to use my sunglasses, then they can't see that I'm looking at them directly. But they do seem to really not like direct stares at all. Which I mean, I guess I understand. We're big predators to them. We're pretty scary for a lot of animals. And we are scary. Defeated the Mudkip Relayson. Birch seems like a nice guy. Yeah, I like Birch. I always thought he was really sympathetic. Is there any Pokemon professor you couldn't care less for? For me, I don't really have any memories of that old guy. Is it from the professor from Generation 4? I mean, he's nice, but like, does he have any defining moments? The Generation 7 one, well, just like I am not a Latias, that one is definitely not a wrestler. But he was definitely fun. Forgot half of the yes Sycamores did. I mean, I'm drawing a blank right now. I'm trying to remember like what happened with that character, and I just can't think of anything, honestly. But then again, I always cared more for the Pokemon than the actual in-game humans. I mean, the universe that I'm writing, that sci-fi universe, is definitely gonna reflect that I always, even as a kid, I always wanted to see the animals and not the humans. Lost my faith in humans back then, already as a kid below the age of 10. Did you get to play with the GBA operator? Oh, hey there, Forsaken. Welcome back to the stream. How you doing? You mean the one that I had to order? No, it has not shown up yet. But I'm eagerly awaiting that the parcel arrives. Is it not Elysium? It's called something else. Why am I drawing a blank right now? Okay, what do I get? Not a shiny. Boring. What about plants? They do not have consciousness at all? Well, do they? That's the question, isn't it? There have been newer studies done on that suggest that maybe they do. Of course, not as complex as a human or just any mammal's ones, but a consciousness is still a consciousness. Do you feel bad about them being squished? Kind of, yeah. I do feel bad for a lot of trees that have to unnecessarily die for human consumption. But I don't think plants can experience or have the necessary consciousness to experience really horrifying deaths as maybe I don't know, a rat or a human or a crow would have. So at least they get that. But yeah, I kind of feel bad for anything that dies prematurely. But then again, I kind of need to suppress these thoughts, because if I don't, then I just end up thinking about that the whole day. And then I get nothing done. And then I feel bad. Yes, it take a while to come in for me. Well, yeah, it being sent from the US, it might take a while. But I'm really eagerly waiting, and I think it also allows you to record the game, which would also be neat. A cow fetus. No, I don't feel bad about fetuses. Haven't been born yet and aren't a complete living being on their own. I know that might be a hot take nowadays. And that would be very hypocritical of me to care for cow fetuses. How many burgers do I have in? How many steaks have I eaten in my life? How many cows have I consumed in my life? Pretty... I mean, I'm not the kind of person who eats meat every single day. I think that's kind of too much. But I have had my fair share of steaks and all of that. Or, well, not burgers, as in, don't really eat burgers that much, but just bovine meat, yeah. That's kind of a staple in Europe. Nickname for female sea dot. Sidora? Well, a plant has been, so to speak, born, and a cow fetus, it's really questionable if a cow fetus even has a consciousness at that point, because for consciousness to exist you need a certain conditions to be fulfilled, like enough neuronal activity. And a plant, well, apparently they know they've been chopped off, so there's that much. And I really feel bad about trees that are like 500 years old, that have been growing leaves way before our time, and then just some stupid human comes and chops it off. That is kind of I mean, that tree has been longer there than the one who chops it off. I don't think that's contradictive, actually. C is pronounced like C, and dot starts with a D. CD, hence CD, hence music. Yeah, true, a plant does not have a brain, but there have been more studies lately that plants do seem to have some kind of, not a nervous system, so to speak, but an analog of a nervous system. A fetus? Is a cow fetus? As in what stage are we talking about? 1 month? 3 months? Because there's a drastic difference in brain activity between the different stages. Does that make sense? I mean, I also still eat salad and my greens. I mean, that's kind of the point of being a heterotrophic animal. We don't really have a choice. I can't go outside in the sun and do photosynthesis. I'm not an autotroph. I'm a heterotroph, meaning, or heterotrophic, meaning I eat other cells. So hetero, the other, and trophic means what you consume. So autotrophic means you can get energy yourself, like plants do with the process of photosynthesis, where they take the energy of the sun and the sunlight and use that energy to convert water and other stuff into sugars. And the way I work is I eat sugars or just very yummy carbon atoms from other cells, as in other animals, other plants, other fungi. Those are not my cells. Well, that's unfortunately the way I was born. I can't do photosynthesis. I have to eat. At least something has to die for me to consume. Maybe except if I only eat fruit, although I don't think you can have a fully fledged out diet while only eating fruit. I'm very skeptical with that. All the frugivores I've seen were really sick and were underweight, malnourished. And then just you have people like that, oh, I lost a tooth again, haha, that just happened. It's like, no, you don't just have teeth rotting out of your mouth. That's not normal. Go see a doctor, goddammit. I mean, if that's true, no scientist would say a plant is more advanced or complex thinking feeling than a cow fetus. Yeah, but a cow fetus, I mean, I would kind of feel bad for it, yeah. But in a way, I'm also an anti-natalist, and I do subscribe to the position of it's better to never have been born rather to live a life of pain. But of course, you do not have to agree with that assumption. A lot of people don't, and that's fair. It's a very specific position after all. And there's a lot of cows already. They're not really good for the environment. To be fair, humans aren't either. And we need more plants. Guess I name it Fluty out of the flute, since Nuzleaf uses its nose as a flute. Can it learn grass flute? Dumb question maybe, but can it? Completely neutral nature, you. Even vegans or the most compassionate people in the world would eat 1 million plants before harming a cow fetus. I don't want to harm a cow fetus. But I mean, when I say I'd be upset with that, then I'd be hypocritical, because, again, how many cows have I already consumed in my life? No, I'm not. Yeah, maybe a cow nowadays getting born as livestock. I don't think that's such a wonderful life, honestly. I don't think that's the best life. Especially female cows. How many plants have I consumed? So many, I don't even know. Maybe even over a ton in my life, I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, a lot of plants had to die because of me. But that's just the thing of being a omnivore or a heterotrophic animal. I try to make better choices and eat stuff that, I mean, don't need. Like today I didn't have any meat whatsoever. Are you not getting my argument? About well, if I would be against harming a cow fetus, that would be hypocritical, because technically, well, I haven't harmed cows myself directly, but I've eaten countless cows in my life. That's what I'm trying to get at. God of War Sims about to find out Ralts is so far the only male Pokemon in my team. You could have a male God of War, but of course you don't. Oh, how do you feel about Gallade? Since God of War is in your top 5 favorites, how do you feel about Gallade? Right, let's see. Come on, I want a square shiny Feebas. No question was, would you feel more bad about a cow fetus dying over a plant dying? I know, but I don't in general, I don't feel as bad as fetuses dying than something that has been alive already. I guess that's my argument. Like a lady might use it. Oh, nice. I do have shiny, both genders as shiny, as in shiny male Ralts and shiny female Ralts, so maybe also keep that in mind for the Christmas giveaway stream. Okay, that transition doesn't look good. I'm just asking for one shiny fish game. One shiny fish. Alright. Okay, good. Gonna ask again, no plans for the weekend? What name should I give my Ralts? Forza Azzurri. The shiny fish is hiding always somewhere. Oh wait, he? I think it's gonna be a she, no? I think it's 50-50, the fish. Yeah, it's gonna be a girl. Come on, fishy fishy. Okay, that transition I can already, yeah. I think you need to do some real hard thinking if you think it's more sad for a plant to die than a cow fetus. Well, we didn't specify what plant, and no, that's just my philosophy. Something that's not been born yet versus something that has already been born. Well, born is really maybe a bad word here. Plants aren't being born, so to speak. Fliggle for the little flippy red thing on its design. What a stupid name for a fan favorite. Fliggle, okay. I do wonder, that red thing, I think it's a... Is it like some kind of... rod? Plants have no central nervous system, no brain, no pain receptors. Did you see, did you read the tomato plant study? Where they have pain when things are cut off? Like, there's so much of consciousness that we have not yet learned. And I think things that we thought of as non-conscious are maybe much more conscious than we believe they are. And, well, I was conscious at one point as a fetus, yet I do not have any memories of that. Gotta go charge my phone. Alright. Or else we have even more dying phones here in the chat. Alright, come on. I want the shiny fish. Where is this from? This seems familiar. Super Black Base 3? Okay, never played that. So why is it familiar? I'm back. What did I miss? Well, no shinies. But I did ask in the round, what your weekend plans are. Still not certain if I can stream tomorrow, but if I can, it's probably gonna be shorter than usual. Because I'm out with some fellow hobby astronomers. You're not enough research how conscious argument is even more compelling for cow fetuses. The thing is, they're conscious, but in the same way they are barely conscious. That is hard to explain. In a way, no one has memories of them being a fetus. And there's some convincing arguments from neurologists that might say that you are technically conscious as a fetus, but because it's like having running, but you can run a game, but you can't save a game in that sense. So the present actually is the only thing that exists and not the past, and as such they are actually less conscious. There's like a whole thing that Anil Seth has, Anil Seth, that's his name, one of my favorite researchers on the topic of consciousness. I think he wrote a really large text about that. It's very interesting though. I really suggest reading about that. It's fantastically inspiring. You're gonna see reality in a different light. Especially the consciousness is a controlled hallucination by your brain. The more you think about it, the more it makes sense. And it's just so fascinating. But yeah, every one of us is the universe becoming conscious of itself. And that alone is something that can keep me awake at 4 AM. Just load up my flow timer. Let's see if I can get a shiny Growlithe to go with your Feebas. The dog and the fish. Yeah, good luck on the shiny Growlithe. For how barely conscious cow fetuses are, plants are magnitude even less conscious than that. Well, that's the question. There seem to be some plants that are, if they have a large enough network, seem to be more conscious than we previously thought. It might only be a very one-dimensional consciousness, as in they only feel certain things but they don't see and hear. But still, that is a consciousness. Yeah, vegans saying eating plants is... I mean, I'm not a vegan, but that doesn't have to do anything with that. Tried being vegan and it really didn't feel good. Hey there, Kaiser, welcome back. Had fun with Elden Ring. So Kaiser, do you have any plans for the weekend? My plans are finishing the video on Sunday, and on Saturday tomorrow I'm gonna be outside for some astronomy hobby thing. Hey there, Classic, welcome back to the stream. How you doing? And I've read about it. I'm really sorry about your relationship being broken now. I'm very sorry to hear. Hope you're still doing relatively okay. I can imagine that must suck horribly. I mean, I was never in a relationship where that got broken like that, but I do know how it feels like having a broken heart. I could barely cope with that back then. My plans are to finish my chapter 1 and sleep. That's a good plan. It's life, you can't force them to stay. Yeah, that's true. I'll have to go in about 30 minutes as I made plans later. Alright. I think if I do get the shiny, then I'll finish the stream. Although that might take longer than 30 minutes. Oh, it's already 23? What? 2 hours? It doesn't feel like 2 hours. Time blindness. Well, apparently I don't have time blindness, but still, this is interesting. That music is putting me to sleep almost. Well, almost. Also about my plans, if I heard you right, is going to check out a car. Oh, neat. Go down to Philip's parents for a couple of hours and maybe shiny hunt a bit more. Though we do need to clean. Oh, same, Ivera. We need to clean so bad, but now with the moving aspect, it's kind of like, it always feels like, should we do it, or should we just, when we move, do a deep clean and then that's it? Yeah, you were playing Elden Ring with Kaiser Comes, and I hope it was fun. Okay, still nothing. That is very unfortunate. So what did you guys do in Elden Ring? If you don't mind me asking. What about the calf that was just born, or a 1,000-year-old tree? What would you rather kill? Honestly, the calf. But I wouldn't feel good about it. Definitely not. Always these hypotheticals. Keep them coming. We had Dexter with us and I don't want to clean because I would get rid of his fur around the place and I miss him. Aww. Yeah, I get it. Dog love is just something so freaking pure. One of the purest things in this world. Hey there, a person that loves his Sonic plush. Welcome to the stream, how you doing? So do you really love your Sonic plush? I assume that plush in your icon, your PFP, is that? Although the question remains, how much do you love it? Because, don't take this personally, but I've seen some things of Sonic fans. Me kind of being one myself, somewhat. More of a Chow fan, I would say. And that's a classic, a classic plushie as well. Neat. Max, my own dog, gave me scare earlier this week, so I'm more attached than usual to animals at the moment. I understand. I still miss my pets, my goldfish that I used to have. You know, the creepy thing sometimes, or well, creepy. In the moment, I really am happy about it. But I still have dreams of deceased pets just being there. And it not being questioned. I would love to have a dog though, now that I don't have an allergy anymore. Planning on playing on our runs, and he was trying to get Godfrey Spirit. I think it was abusing some dragon. Abusing a dragon? That takes some guts. Come on. There we go. Yeah, I know the fandom can be interesting. Oh yeah, definitely. A monkey that was just born or a 500-year-old tree? No, don't. I don't want to kill anything. I really don't. Oh, speaking of goldfish, Philip recently convinced me to get one eventually. If you do get one, please do the research first. I can help you because I had goldfish for over a decade and I'm very knowledgeable on goldfish. I mean, they're one of my favorite animals ever. And it just breaks my heart, but most goldfish are really basically tortured. People put them in way too small tanks or aquariums. One goldfish already needs 150 liters of water. And these common goldfish, so not the fancy ones, I would not even put them in an aquarium in the first place. I would just put them in a pond. So if you do have a pond that's large enough, then go ahead. But also, whether or not it is a pond or an aquarium, you need to cycle the water first. So there's a cycle of certain nitrobacters, bacteria, that you can buy in fish supply store. Oh, messed it up. And what these bacteria do is they eat the ammonia. So your fish, they eat food, and then through their cycle we piss urine and they relieve themselves, as in ammonia gets set into the water. And ammonia is toxic for the goldfish. That's not something you want to have high levels of in the water. So what you need to do before you get the fish is to get these bacteria. They eat the ammonia and they turn that into nitrite, and then they turn that nitrite, which nitrite is really toxic as well, they turn that into nitrate, which is much less toxic. And then after a week, when it's in an aquarium, you usually change the water to get rid of the excess nitrate. Or you can put really a lot of plants in as well, that helps. But you need to do that cycle before setting any fish in. A fishless cycle, so to speak. A cycle with fish is really freaking hard, especially with goldfish, because goldfish just... they crap all the time. They eat so much, they make so much dirt. They are little pigs. Just keep that in mind. What is the timer for? I am using RNG Manipulation. So I'm not doing the usual resetting and then seeing if I'm lucky. With this game, the internal battery has run dry. And that means that I know my trainer ID and secret ID. So I know that exactly 69 seconds and 918 milliseconds into the game, when I get an encounter exactly that second, that's what the timer is for, then if done correctly, I'll get a shiny Feebas, or maybe a shiny Cavania, depending on how lucky I get. But yeah, that's what the timer is for. And tonight I'm just going for the square shiny Feebas. Usually I'm going for so many shinies. I mean, I have hundreds of them, from legendaries to normal, like, Route 1 encounters, I guess. And I might also say that if you give me a donation of $1 of your currency, then I'll trade a then you can pick one of my many shinies and I'll clone it, and then I'll trade it over to you so you can have it. Or if you don't feel like donating, then next month during Christmas, I plan on doing a giveaway for the viewers, where they get to pick which shinies they want, and I'll give it to them as a Christmas gift. And that dragon was so old that he doesn't want to fight back. So I would keep attacking him and then I would go back, rest at grace so that I can abuse him all over again. Oh, we're harassing senior dragons now. Oh well, it's a game. Has had some before, but I would like to have a chat on it as I'm mainly experienced with dogs and birds. Yeah, I just want to help because most people actually abuse goldfish and it's breaking my heart. And they're not even doing it maliciously or with intent to harm. They just don't know the proper caring aspects of having a goldfish. How do you transfer Pokemon in Gen 3 online? I mean, I could put my save file from my cartridge onto my PC and then trade on a emulator, very illegal, very bad, over an emulator online. That would work. But the way I usually do it is I clone them and I transfer them through Pokemon Bank and Pokemon Home, and then I can trade them over in modern games. For the DS or 3DS games, you need to use Pretendo. Didn't know that's what it took, but it explains the insistence on Philip accepting a shiny. Oh, shiny goldfish. Some of them have really interesting colors. I really miss mine. Oh, and I failed again. God damn it. I'd rather kill a sheep. Lamb is delicious. Well, I laughed at this, but yeah, that's true. I love lamb. I think lamb is my favorite red meat out of all of them. Oh, come on. Game, be nice to me. I do know that people don't look well into taking care of fish in general. As a result, they essentially torture them, and I don't want to be that person, hence why it took some convincing. Yeah, and I'll gladly help, also with how the ammonia cycle works, or the nitrate cycle. But yeah, you really need to do a cycle before getting the fish, that's very crucial. Meat can have colors, yes. Have you never heard the expression red meats and white meats? Because that's usually in meat segregation. Red meat is usually bovine or from like cows or cows. I think, no, pigs. I don't know if pigs count, but cows and lambs. And white meat is usually a euphemism for poultry, so bird meat. White meat is healthier. I mean, I usually eat much more white meat than red meat, but if I do have red meat, I do like lamb, I have to admit that, and I'm really happy because I know my mom will make wonderful lamb for the holidays. And that is definitely worth sleeping at mum's for that. Yeah, white is poultry and fish. Ooh, husband is coughing, I don't know if you heard that. There's some good channels on it. I like doing the wall set method myself, but do not recommend for goldfish. Oh, I've never heard of that method. Maybe it has a different name in a different language. But yeah, I mean, it also depends, do you want a pond or a aquarium? If you do want an aquarium, make sure that first you got the space, and second, I would like invest in a large one, at least like 500 liters. Because goldfish are also very social, and you can't just have them be alone, that would make them really depressed. And with every even fancy goldfish needing 150 liters of water per fish, then when you want to have 5 or something, it already adds up to a lot of liters. Just be aware of that fact. Oh wait, why did I press A? I'm stupid. No, I'm brain farting again. Yesterday Keenox went fishing for real, and now I am fishing for, well, not real. Can he talk on YouTube? I don't know what you mean, Max. Does your husband want to make his debut? I don't think so. Oh, you mean he can talk on YouTube, as in come here? I mean, I can ask him, but yeah, he's at the moment too shy. But I try to that he'll maybe be a guest in one of those streams, hopefully soon. Oh, you have a Switch, yeah. It wasn't stolen after all. So yeah, that's how we can trade as well. Have a bottle turn to glass where it goes in my... okay, Amit. The oddness of my, or quirkiness of my chat has already scared one viewer of mine away, at least from my Discord. You would love it. It's popularized by Diana Wallstedt in her book Ecology of the Planted Aquarium. Oh, is that the method of barely doing water changes by planting, by using plants essentially? But if that isn't, you know what? I'm looking that up. That does sound like something I'd be interested in. This problem with plants and goldfish. Goldfish are black holes. They just eat everything. The only thing they have in their head sometimes is food. They're really voracious. And they try to eat the plants. And they will not give up. Tell him there are only 5 people here, less than a school audience. Well, now I see 6, but yeah, I mean... He always says not now. Maybe one day I'll get him to be a guest, or at least in the same room. Ecology of the Planted Aquarium. Oh, I have that book in my hand already in a library, but I've never had it myself. Oh. Although I do still think with goldfish it's harder to pull off. But I guess anything is possible if you really... They love duckweed. Oh, goldfish love duckweed, absolutely. I bought duckweed once for my back then when I still had goldfish, and at first they multiplied really quickly, and then my fish just ate every single one. I had nothing left. They ate everything. Just the little voracious little pigs, and we all love them for it. But yeah, that's what I hope. Not necessarily an aquarium, but certainly a pond. That would be amazing. Just having a little ecosystem in your home, I think that's just neat. Yes, there was a goldfish that lived to 45. That's older than me. Oh, it's older than me as well. Yeah, goldfish actually, if cared for properly, they should outlive cats and dogs. There's been multiple goldfish that have been stated to be over 30 years old. It's really fun setting up a tank in this method. Recommend a nano tank with Neocarinea shrimp. Oh yeah, those nano tanks, I've seen them as well. Yeah, it's like a little universe where they live, like little shrimps live in peace. But don't have those shrimps with goldfish, because the goldfish say, oh, that's food, thank you for the snack, and then they're gone. Lots of stem plants. I had a goldfish who always kind of pulled the roots of the plants out, but not entirely. So you would see the plant kind of hovering about, and then the roots barely stuck in the ground, but kind of being loose. I have no idea why she kept doing that, but she just wouldn't stop. She just did that all the time. It was so annoying. Had to put really heavy stones on that so that she wouldn't do that, but then she got grumpy. And yes, goldfish can become grumpy. They're much smarter than you think they are. On average, goldfish live as long as cats and dogs. I mean, I think a lot of them die really young as kids, because they're just, you know, oh, you have a goldfish now, and then the kid is maybe happy for a couple of days and then just ignores the fish, and then it gets killed, or it just dies because it's in a bowl. And that just breaks my heart so much. So much pain that's unnecessary. And then they say, oh, they always die. No, you put them in a way too small of a tank. Of course they're gonna die. These are river fish. They need a lot of oxygen. And you can't just have that in a small body of water with not really any surface area where there's no air exchange. Alright, 10 seconds, let's see. Please. Give me the fish. There are some restaurants in the world that serve live fish. It's very weird. Oh, I've seen that. Like, I don't want to see the fish get killed, even though I know that happens. But I've also seen that with lobsters. In fact, I went to a restaurant with my husband a couple of times, and they had lobster, and they have a custom that they show you the lobster while alive, and they say, is that the lobster that you want? And then you feel kind of bad for the lobster. Hey there, Emo Kid, welcome back to the stream. How you doing? I don't care if you're late. You're doing good, hopefully. You're here. I already appreciate that. That's alright. And as of now, still no shiny. It's one of these days again. Not like last Wild Wednesday, that was crazy. So many shinies. Is duckweed just duck drugs? No, it's not nearly as exciting as it sounds. It's not weed, and it's a plant that that grows on water surfaces, and it usually grows exponentially. It's like that green stuff you see on top of ponds, and it's a good snack for many animals. And it being a plant, it also takes that's a good thing when you want to get rid of nitrates. If you have a lot of plants, nitrate is basically fertilizer for them. More sad about the live octopus, their intelligence is underrated. Oh yeah, I feel much worse for the octopus, yeah. Or what I really hate is just them in Korea, they do that, where they eat the octopus while it's alive. It's like, come on, at least kill it. Doesn't need to go down like this. I mean, I wouldn't eat my prey if I had to hunt my prey. I wouldn't eat it alive like this. I would mercy kill it at least. Why do this? Like, don't give it a Attack on Titan kind of death. That's horrible. I don't like octopus anyway. I've tried it and bleh, bleh. It's not the taste, it's just the texture. It's like you're eating rubber. Very salty rubber. No thanks. I don't need to eat that. And as you said, Max, the intelligence is really something else, and yeah, why eat an animal that you don't even like eating? You ate an octopus alive? Really, Ahmed? You can get that in Iraq? Please leave a like on the stream and subscribe to the channel. Thank you, Emo Kid, head of marketing. Was watching on my Switch so I can play on my phone. I'm a genius. Yeah, you can watch YouTube streams on the Switch. That's... yeah. They do that a lot in Asian countries, yeah. I mean, even if I would eat octopus, if I'd be served that, I think I'd do a mercy kill through the brain. I could not just put it in my mouth and chew down on it while it's alive. No, I just can't. Just like you wouldn't want me to just bite into a cow or something. Or into a fish. I'm not a fan of that. I don't want my food to suffer. Just be done with it. Of course, if I had no other choice, like the apocalypse and I needed to hunt, well then... But even then, I think I would take the time to just... you know, mercy kill. All the topics that we're discussing again. To be fair, not as morbid as they get sometimes. Hey there chat, you Narukami. Welcome to the stream, how you doing? It's Feebas Friday. For you it's Fuka Friday. Sounds as awful as it looks like, at least give them a humane death. Yeah, exactly. I mean, do we really need to give them an Attack on Titan kind of death? No. And that's why I can't watch these videos. Like, I get irrationally angry at the person eating them. But what you see on certain markets for fish and meat in some Asian countries, oof. Like, you don't need PETA to be upset about that. Do you eat free range or factory farm cows? When I buy my meat, I always exclusively buy free range. Nothing else. Even with eggs. Like, they cost more, but I don't care. I don't want the meat that I consume to be having a bad life. Quite the opposite. I would gladly pay more with the knowledge and the security that the animal that I ate had at least a life where it could enjoy itself. Exactly, even lions kill their prey before eating. We should be better than that. Yeah, exactly. Like, why are we doing this? Just feel really bad for those. I mean, getting eaten alive must not be nice. I'm really glad that that's something that I don't have to go through. There are some places that eat dogs. I wonder if Indians view us like that when we eat cow. Yep, that's how they view us. I personally wouldn't eat dog because I'm not a fan of eating carnivore meat. Because usually that is not the best kind of meat. All the waste products that they have, if you consume the predator, you have them as well. So that's why usually carnivore exclusive meat isn't really that good to eat. So I wouldn't eat dogs because of that. And, well, I do see dogs more as a friend, and I know, why would I eat a dog when you could get like a cow? Look how much meat that produces. I don't see the point of eating a dog. Or a cat, for that matter. But do I think they're evil gangsters for eating dogs? That's a cultural thing. I mean, I eat cows and they think that's horrible. Right, 3 seconds. In Iraq we eat every single part of the animal. Except well, there's some Asian countries where they do eat that. We eat the brain and the tongue. Oh, brains I would never eat because of my fear of catching a prion disease. Even though the odds of me getting that are very low, but still, prion diseases are just one of the scariest things ever. Jonna, do your crow buddies let you feed them out of your hands? Not yet. They come really close, but I haven't reached that status yet. But they're getting really close now. And tongue, I've also had cow tongue before. I don't really get the hype. We eat chicken, and that's even... Yeah, but the way the poultry, modern poultry, are actually really big chunkers. If you compare them to their original species. The chickens that exist nowadays are really different from the original chickens. And they actually, for their body mass, produce a lot of meat. And the thing is, with chickens, you can just make... let's say produce so many chickens, and they're easier to hold than dogs. I can't pat the crows yet, no. I did get a gift though, that walnut, half of a walnut. Half a walnut shell. Still have it. I always cherish it, even though it's just a walnut, but it's just like an animal, a wild animal gave me a gift. That is just so precious. I'm thinking of hanging up the walnut somewhere, like in a kind of, not a painting, but hanging it up on the wall. Definitely thinking of doing something like that. Alright, 5 seconds. Croaking John. Well, they do check on the windows again, and when they see me, they are really quickly there. Because they know what's gonna happen. Some good nuts, some good pieces of meat sometimes as well. You're gonna go down the crow upgrade path. I will try. Of course, I don't want to force the animal to do something it doesn't want to. But what I'm trying now is to kind of... I open the window of my car. I'm sitting in the car, and then I just take a peanut. And then I stretch out my arm out of the window, and then I just leave it there. And then I wait until they land on the arm and then take the nut. But until now that hasn't happened. They do want to do it, but they kind of hesitate in the last moment. But I just need to give them time, you know. Crows are very neophobic, meaning they're not exactly fans of new things. And they're birds, they're really scared in general. What I'm trying to do, Max, is just have them land on me. I have named some crows, yes, like Angel. And some, yes, I can recognize some, but because they have vitiligo spots, or just in general have something about them that you can spot, but usually it's really hard to differentiate between the crows. They look really similar. It's also really hard to sex them. Really need to know that, yeah, females and young adults are really hard to differentiate. You really need to know their behavior in order to see, okay, this one is an adult female and this one is a juvenile. It's Cinderella type shit. The topic of prion disease, I think possibly the scariest situation imaginable for humans as a species is rabies becoming airborne. I think about that a lot. Oh yeah, rabies is such a scary disease. Have you seen the videos of people infected with rabies? Where they produce so much foaming around the mouth because they become so hydrophobic and they can't drink anything. And they're like basically zombies. It's really scary and very heartbreaking as well. But yeah, rabies is really scary. That's why I'm so glad that my mom got us vaccinated for rabies. And I had a friend and she always told me, why isn't that unnecessary? I don't know, we have a lot of bats and a lot of foxes in Luxembourg. And we did have cases of rabies. As in animals being found with rabies. Luckily enough, no transmission from animal to human. But still, rabies, once it really is in your brain, it's over. There's no going back, it's done. That's what I was thinking, something from Disney. Well, my husband always jokes that I'm a Disney princess. One day you can have your own crow army, that's the plan, Max, and then no one could stop me. It's funny though that like hundreds of crows now greet me. And I did see that the more, you know, the ones that I fed in April 2023, they are, I mean, they had kids and their kids probably had kids as well. But I do see that the generations of crows that got born and their parents already got fed by us. These parents kind of said, hey, that human is good, you need to watch out for that human. And now I have like several families following me and they just land somewhere close and they go caw-caw and then like, hey, look, that's my kids. Do we have peanuts? Fun for the whole family. Only one person in recorded history has lived from rabies. I think it was in Minnesota. Yeah, I do remember reading about one single case where a person survived rabies. But that was with, I think they got antibodies injected. Well, luckily they survived, but usually rabies, once you really have it and you have these symptoms like the aggression, the confusedness, or the confusion, or the oh, come on, still no shiny, nothing. The hydrophobia, then it's usually too late. It's essentially a death sentence in any given situation, but one you're powerless to stop. Yeah. I think that actually fits with any kind of prion disease. Like Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease is also like that. The others as well. If you have prions, it's so bad that if surgeons use surgical equipment on you, usually it gets heated in an oven to sterilize it. But if their patient has prions, they destroy it. I'm not kidding, you can look that up. Because it's just such a hard thing to get rid of. Just misfolded proteins. that make your proteins in your brain misfold as well. It's just explaining how it works is already like, what the hell? Like protein glitches, something like that. Very, very scary. Although I have to say, not all prions are deadly. Some of them actually don't really do anything. But you don't really hear any stories about them because they don't produce stories. Can't rabies lay dormant for years? Yes, and that's very scary. I mean, it's already scary enough, but then imagine catching rabies and then just 7, 5 or 5, 10 years, whatever, after that you finally become a zombie. It's not finally, you unfortunately become a zombie. Was caught extremely early in that case from what I can remember. I think so, yeah. And it just worked before, you know, the antibody injection into the blood. I think it was just enough or early enough for it to not go, the rabies to not enter the blood barrier. Nothing grinds my gears more than getting multiple same IV frames. Oh, I know how that feels. Definitely. If you're RNGing, that's just a thing. Good luck though, forsaketh. I'm also kind of, I mean, it's been 2 hours, 41 minutes and no shiny. Not even an accidental one. One of these unlucky days, I guess. As soon as symptoms start showing themselves, you're already done for. Yeah, pretty much. It's very scary. I do not recommend reading this on Wikipedia after midnight. I've been there, done that, not nice. And I've gone even to more extreme ends because I really wanted to know, and then I went to libraries reading about prion diseases, and God, one was scarier than the other. On a case of a guy dying of rabies 46 years after being bitten by a rabid animal. No symptoms until 46 years after the fact. Yeah, that's so scary. Like, he had his normal life, he had kids probably, a wife, and then his life, and then suddenly it just turns into this. Because an animal bit him once, 46 years ago. It's just... jeez. I mean, that would come as a shock. If my dad would just die because an animal bit him 46 years ago. Rabies becoming airborne essentially leads to human extinction. Yeah, although, do you really think it's realistic for rabies to become airborne? Further and beyond to infinity and beyond to infinite omniverse and beyond. Do not recommend doing that. I mean, if you want to write something, then that is definitely neat, but I don't know, sometimes my brain craves morbid knowledge. And then my heart is in for something really not neat. Isn't there a dating site Quest in black and white too? Oh, with the I think so, yeah, with the Ferris wheel, no? Or am I misremembering that? Here we go, let's see. Okay, that's not the... Oh, come on, game, be nice to me. Yeah, the Ferris wheel, okay. Plus Ultra. The X transmitters. there'd have to be human involvement for it to become so, I think. Like some scientists decided to make it in a bioweapon and it goes wrong or gets into the wrong hands. That would be kinda dumb because that scientist would 100% own himself in the process. But oh well, that wouldn't be the first stupid thing a human has done. To be fair, rabies is viral though, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, it could potentially become airborne. Although, to be fair, to become airborne, it really has to be put or like manipulated into that direction. I really hope no one's stupid enough to do that. But maybe we will. That's how the human extinction will work. Bioweapon, bioterrors. Someone makes. You thought COVID was horrible. Someone makes a virus that's, or I don't know, a misfolded protein, a prion, that can do anything, and then we're done for. According to Wikipedia, there are 59,000 deaths per year worldwide because of rabies. Apparently most of those are because of dog bites. Oh, so I assume the dogs aren't vaccinated. Oh, jeez. I mean, rabies is... If you don't want to have rabies, then make sure that your dog doesn't get it as well. I don't think that's nice for any animal. That's what my my Italian grandpa did as well. He did mercy kill for... he was a hunter. But he did have some mercy kills where he just killed the animal or shot the animal because they had rabies. Like foxes, and I think he also shot some... what was it again? Deer, I think? Or stags that had prion diseases. Like chronic waste disease, I think it's called, where they just run around like zombies and they can't really control their head anymore. It's really gruesome. Yeah, no, is this the real meme post about testicles? Got them? Wait, what? Nani? The Phantom Fox testicles, wall testicles are drowning me? Is that what you mean? Or are you referring to some kind of meme that I put on Discord? The roses are red, Earth's climate is heating. Wife bursts open husband's testicles by smashing them in their wedding photo album after she catches him cheating. Is that what you meant? And yes, that is a something like that happened. Also, the music really sets the tone for current conversation topic. It always happens. Extreme music, nothing really happening. And then calm music, we talk about the creepiest things. Zombie deer disease, that's a common name used. I mean, yeah, comes very close to an actual zombie-like disease. Oh yeah, that fungus that turns ants into zombies. That one is really scary as well. I mean... a human version exists in Last of Us, I think that's what it is about, right? A fungus that does that to human beings. There's also a parasite that enters snails and then it kind of pulsates in their eyes. It's really freaking creepy. There's some scary stuff out there in nature. Like the quote from Family Guy, "Damn nature, you scary." Oh yeah, it is. It's a scary world out there. The Last of Us core. Yeah, that fungus just takes over the ant's nervous system, and then it's the fungus that controls the ant. An alien core, yes, true. Body horror, essentially. But in real life. literally scared of the idea of shaving. Okay, because I may get a cut. Well, you're asking the wrong person because I don't know how to shave that. I don't have that. But I'm very certain that there's razors where you put something on and then it doesn't cut you. At least I think that... Okay, why are we talking about this? Skill issue, Habit. But yeah, I'm afraid I can't help you there. Eye bursters, oh god, those snails. Yeah, it's... If you look it up, it's really creepy. They can't just fall out if you cut open. I mean, yeah, that doesn't work, but I can imagine that getting a cut there might not be really nice. I don't know, I'm not a man, I don't know. But I'm pretty sure there's stuff on the razor, like an electric razor, where you don't... At least the electric razor my husband has, he has like different heads for the razor. And one even is like for the nose hair, and one is for something else. The most scariest of them all is Pokeros. It's gonna get us all. Oh no, I'm gonna grow quicker. Imagine. To be fair though, Pokeros is really rare. I guess I need to get good. Those conversations that we have here, huh? With the most unfitting music sometimes. I mean, it's fishing music from video games, so... it fits to what I'm doing in the game. This sounds like the perfect time to thank today's sponsor, Manscaped. Have you ever tried that Manscaped thing? I mean, I can't really because, you know, I'm not a man. I've seen it a lot on being sponsored on YouTube though. Some of these sponsors though, they're scams, and I'm really sad that some YouTubers are still taking sponsorship of them. I mean, I get it as a content creator, you're not really getting paid that much through ads, unfortunately. But still, I mean... Start with a mirror, it helps until you get familiar. I guess that's how us girls did it. But yeah, maybe not use a classic razor, but like a electric razor that you can put heads on. I don't know if it's called a head, but it's like stuff, a different kind of plastic that you put on, and then you can do a different kind of shaving. Like 3 of those that my husband owns are just for very specific side cuts for the beard or the hair. Product is overhyped, I prefer my Philips, I have both. Well, I guess that it is overhyped. Well, Raycons are really not that good. I know my husband bought them once and they broke within a couple of months. Paid a bit too much for... I mean, if you pay like $60 for headphones, I expect him to work for longer. Also, if you use the electric razor, start with the caps over it rather than as is. At least until you get used to it again. Oh, so you call them caps, okay. But yeah, that's essentially what my tip was. Won't clean shave, but will at least trim it down. Yeah, exactly, that's what my husband has. 0 out of 10 would not recommend. I assume you mean Manscaped. Once decided to shave my butt hair, and the following week was genuinely the worst experience imaginable. Because every time I moved, the new growth felt like thousands of needles stabbing into me. Oh no! Oh crap, I can already imagine that. And that's why you wax that, so you don't feel the stubbles. Very interesting topic. Better go to sleep, I need to get up fairly early tomorrow. Alright, Emo Kid, I'm not holding you hostage any longer. To be fair, I'm only gonna stream for 5 minutes, then it's pretty much over. But if you already want to go to bed, then go ahead and do that. As I always say, good night, sleep tight, and do not let the bedbugs bite. I still laugh every time I hear that from you, love. I can imagine, that must... oh god. Yeah, that's why you wax that, so that you don't feel it like this. I know you feel it. I think that's an experience a lot of people had. I never shaved my butt hair in that aspect. Wow, I can't believe I'm saying that on the stream, but oh well. I never had the courage to do that because I was afraid that exactly that would happen. To be fair, I'm a woman, so I'm not as hairy, but still. I can only... oh god, that's just hell. Has to be hell. Good night, Emo Kid. But yeah, try waxing if you... that hurts. At one point it hurts, and then it just stops. And then you're done, and then it also keeps you hairless longer. Because the hair follicle gets torn out. And it needs to reform first. So I'll do it like once a month. I don't do it myself, I go to a... like a spa thing. They do that. I don't trust my idiot hands. Even though women less hairy, I feel like they shave their legs more than men. Because it's kind of expected of us to shave the legs. If you have a little bit of hair on there, which is normal. I mean, also women have hair on the legs, that's just normal. People think like that's the most disgusting thing ever. To be fair, I'm kind of, in that regard, I think that's actually BS, that we should have to do that. I only wax my legs in the summer. To be fair, you don't really see my I don't have that many, that much leg hair. And the ones that I have are blonde, if not almost white, so you don't really see them. I do like the feeling of having waxed legs, being freshly showered, and then going to bed in a fresh bed linen. Oh, that is just such an amazing feeling, let me tell you. Here's another random story about shaving, but the last time I saw him do something stupid, he essentially shaved around his belly button. Man was walking around with a clean-shaven circle around it. You know what that makes me think of? Like an Ursa ring. An Ursa ring. Like all the fur is there except for that one circle on the belly. Sorry, Philip, I'm not making fun of you. Just that thought is just. I'm not gonna question why you did that. Your body, your choice, you know. Personally, only shave when I'm too lazy to wax. Now that's fair, but I don't like razors. Maybe it's because of my trauma, but I don't like blades. I don't like handling blades. So I just do the waxing stuff that doesn't involve blades, and it stays for a long time. I don't care about hair in that area, I literally just done it out of boredom. My husband asked me if he should shave his chest and stomach hair. And I'm like, no, why? I mean, you're a guy, of course you're hairy, and I don't mind. Like, literally. Yes, less hair is viewed as being more feminine, and it was also a propaganda thing in the 20s and 30s. But oh well, I mean... do it more for myself than for others. But I do wish that women weren't forced to do that. Or men, anyone. Don't want anyone to get forced into anything. Alright, so unfortunately no shiny, but I will not give up, as you all know. Not necessarily, but it depends on the person. Like, I don't give a damn how much hair Philip has and vice versa, because why would it matter? You doing a face reveal at 6 billion subs? I already did a face reveal on this channel. A couple of years ago, but I did. One shaved a bit of his back hairs, just so that when he grew it, we would have more to pluck. Okay, very interesting convo we're having. I'm not grossed out, just saying. Absolutely not. I mean, that's just being a human. But alright, no shiny, unfortunately. Hopefully next time that will change. I'm gonna say it again, I'm not sure if I'll be able to stream tomorrow. That really depends on when I get home. But other than that, if not on Saturday, then definitely on Sunday. And as always, thank you so much for being part of the stream. Hopefully see you next time. Goodbye and good night.